was really fucking good. You already know who it is. We're about to dive into this. Um, just gonna go over like some of the little details. We're not gonna dive into much because there's a lot here, and to be completely honest, it there's a lot, literally a lot in this update. It's fucking huge. But when you break it down into like preface, you'll understand that even though there's a lot written down, there's not really a lot in the update itself. So basically, I'm just going to go over what's there. I'm going to mention it. I'm going to call out the stuff that they've done. We're going to talk about it as, a review. And I'll give you my feedback on what I think. I'm going to try to be as non biased here as I can, just because I think that's probably going to be the proper way to go over this DLC, or I should say, this update. So, let's go over what we have to go over. So, we already knew they were making changes to the legendary sets, right? We already talked about that back, like, what, 2 months ago? We knew it was coming. We knew it was happening. We already knew it. So if you want to go read more on that, they have a fucking shit ton to read. Link will be in my description to the Reddit post. You can see the entirety of the patch notes. They're introducing 4 new expeditions. Honestly, let's be real. We knew they weren't getting rid of expeditions. We knew that they were probably going to keep adding on to the expeditions list. I mean, the map was fucking huge, and we basically didn't utilize most of it. So that's going to be a thing. That's basically what Horizons is literally 4 brand new expeditions, right? So then you have Tiago's store. It got a rework. Um, I'll go over that a little bit more later on. Essentially, actually, no, you know what? We'll cover it right now. So, it got an overhaul. It still will sell legendary gear, but now it offers 2 additional options. You can now re roll the available legendary gears that are on offer, or you could also now purchase a mystery legendary gear piece. Since I'm covering this now, let me just be completely honest, and I'm gonna go on two different areas of view here, right? One, if you're a new player to the game, or somebody who left because the game was just inconsistent, or just you got sick and tired, or whatever your reason being, and you do not have every legendary gear piece in the game, this could be really nice. Essentially, it could be our Outrider variant of Xur from Destiny, right? Now, from the player perspective, like myself, who has been playing the game since the beginning, has everything, it really doesn't help us. We should have had it from the beginning. So it's kind of like right there, it's great for the newer players because now the newer players can kind of play catch up and get the stuff that they want. They can experience the game in a better format than what we did playing it. But for the OG players, it's kind of a slap in the face now because most of us had to bust our ass to try to get everything. And now they're giving that catered feeling towards, the newer player base. So we asked for it. It should have been in the game from the fucking beginning. They didn't give it to us. But you know what? Again, non bias. It's great for the newer players. I'm glad that they did implement it finally. So let's move on. Transmog system has been added. We asked for this as a community. We asked for it. They said it would take too much work, but they did it. I can't wait to see what it busts because we all know something in there is going to break from this. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what happens. Honestly, I just have that weird feeling with their track record in bugs, somebody's gonna throw on a transmog of a chess piece and be running around with no fucking torso. I can see that happening. Throw on a weapon, now you're running around shooting bullets out of thin air. Tomorrow's gonna be an interesting day, boys. The 16th. The 16th in the morning, they're dropping this update. It's gonna be an interesting one. But the transmog system has been added. I've been wanting this for a while, especially for owning everything in the game. It's really nice. I'm finally going to be able to create my character to have a more aesthetic feel rather than looking like every fucking buddy else. Right? They made some changes to the class trees. We're not going to go over that. Some quality of life improvements, which would be your bug fixes and such. We're not going to go dive into those. If you want to dive into those, link will be in the description. They added a celebration package to this. I honestly, I'm not even gonna look and see. Honestly, I'm not even gonna look and see what's in this because I honestly don't care. Unless it's like something that you know is really impressive. It's probably just gonna be some bullshit fucking like emote that I'll never use. So if you guys want to read up on that, that'll be in there. Um, so we're gonna note a few of the change notes, right? So expedition timers are removed. This is now an optional thing. You can actually still utilize these timers that they had before, but it's an optional thing. So, like, if you're one of those people who really enjoyed the speed run, the time frames, shit like that, those are now optional. I'm assuming from what I'm getting out of this, you can just go ahead and like select it and just kind of do whatever you want with it. But for the rest of the people who did not want the timers and wanted things a little bit more chill, they wanted to be able to play the game at their own pace, boyos, the timers are removed. Right, we already mentioned that there's 4 new expeditions. The transmog system's there. We already mentioned that Tiago's store's been reworked. So basically that's it. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like they made some changes to mods. You know, they made some changes to the skills, but that's it. Like if you look at all the changes that they made inside each preface, then you'd understand like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of fucking text here. There's a lot of words, and it makes it look so juicy because you're like, holy shit, they put in some fucking work. And granted, they did. But you can tell from all the small patches that they've been putting out here and there, and then ghosting us and going AWOL and not being transparent. Like, you can tell that a lot of these updates and shit have been just holding off. A lot of the stuff's just been holding off. Some of the stuff should have been implemented like day one. Right? A lot of the stuff is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great to see. Like, I'm really happy. I'm really happy to see that the future to this game has potential. You know, they've listened to us. I mean, the transmog thing, so many people wanted transmogs. So many people. And they listened to the community. They did listen. But their issue is they are not transparent at all. Their transparency is ass. And I mean, we talked about it many times in other videos on this channel. You know, they needed to cater to us, right? They had to. They've already lost everybody. Like PlayStation, the people streaming alone from PlayStation was 3 the other day. Which, I mean, it's probably going to go up again just because updates out, new content. People are going to probably download the game just to check it out, see what's going on. Um, I mean, that's literally it. Like, there really wasn't anything added in this that was, like, really, really fucking beefy. You know what I mean? There wasn't anything in here for, like, the late game player. Like, the player that's been playing this game since, like, the demo. Or such. You know what I mean? Like, the players who literally farmed the game out and got everything. That's it. We got everything. There was no additional gear. They never added anything in here that was additional gear. Um, the only thing that I read somewhere on here was they added some additional transmogs that are not gear based. Like, you actually have to travel around the maps and find them. They're like hidden. Like, I guess they're little hidden Easter eggs. But I mean, I guess that's cool. I guess that's cool. But once everybody finds all of them, guess what? There's going to be a list somewhere. Everybody will be able to go to each one of them, get them, and then boom, everybody will have them. So they're not going to be, something spectacular. It's not going to be something that you can stand alone and, hey, dudes, check this out. Like, look at my new this, look at my new that. Like, I mean, I guess I can see now that there's no timers on things. People can start using a little bit more build diversity and such. Like, they can start, like, building tanks and such like that. And start building. But doesn't really matter because people are going to want to get done the expedition as fast as possible. So even without a timer in there, guess what? You're still going to want to push through it as fast as possible. So again, no incentive. Like, you still have no incentive, right? Uh, I mean, again, there's nothing really in here to touch base on. Everything we've talked about is basically all they added. Like, they talked about it being like this big, huge thing. Like, we're gonna drop this big bomb, and it was like 4 different things that they could have done in a patch like last week. To be fair, um, of the new expeditions, we're gonna have let's see, Molten Depths. That's going to take us back to Eagle Peaks, the city of the nomads, which apparently is going to be somewhere around the Pax Village area for late game. The Marshall Complex is probably going to be, from what this says, it's going to be some kind of facility around the Dead Rock Pass area. And then you have the Wellspring, which is supposed to be an old PAX legend of a sacred place called the Atuma. And I'm not going to pronounce what the fuck that is because I don't speak PAX. But, yeah. I don't know. That's basically it. Now, I did see um, somebody mentioned another expansion coming in 2022 from the live stream. It's gonna be called World Slayers. Uh, right now it just says 2022, so we don't know when, unless they mentioned it during the video. Honestly, like I said in my last video, I wasn't gonna fucking watch it. Because to me, my expectations were a slap in the face. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this how it is, see how it goes, and I mean, I guess just ride it out. That's basically all we can do at this point is just ride out this and see how it goes. You know, I see a lot of people on this Reddit thread. They are ecstatic, but let's be let's be real, right? Um, at the end of the day, just because somebody types a lot doesn't usually mean that there's a lot coming, right? And just because there's a lot of notes written down doesn't mean there's a lot of content coming. And we already see that. So, it's your boy. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Deuces.